All right. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about like daily disciplines. So, like, let's just say, like, because I know a lot of people, they're gonna take confirmation. Like for me and my basis trading style, it's all about going 3 or 4 confirmations in. And what I've been seeing a lot of people do is they're gonna go in entering at one or two. You know, think of it like, all right, let's say I were to tell you like, all right, you know what? If you were to just tie your shoes before you go out the door, you're gonna make $1 million. All right. So I kind of have that like mindset in trading. So what do I mean by that? It means like repetition and then just taking account in the small things, just like staying disciplined. That's the hardest part about trading is just staying disciplined. Staying disciplined as in don't take a trade if you have 1 or 2 confirmations. Like if there's just one bounce off of a zone, I'm still not going to take the trade because I don't have 3 more or 2 more, you know? Some people are just going to take a trade based off of, all right, it tanked, it's going to have to pull back, let me buy. That's a lot of traders' mindsets too. Like, all right, it just absolutely destroyed itself. It hit a zone. It's time for me to buy. We can't make impulse decisions in the market. That's why there's so many losing trades out there, and so many traders lose because we make impulse decisions in the market. Anybody can mark up. Anybody can predict and put some lines up on the chart and then say what's going to happen next. But it's the discipline on day-to-day basis that's really going to truly determine how successful you are as a trader. You know, I feel like I'm like the last man standing here. There's only like about 2 or 3 other guys that I've been starting with from years ago that are, consistently profiting in the market. Like there's literally just me and maybe 2 or 3 other people that I started with. Everybody else wiped out in the market. Why? Because of one thing and one thing only: discipline. You got to have discipline. That's why you always see me with the jazz music on. You got to have like peace of mind, clarity in the market. Like the more peace you have in your head, I suggest reading. I do that a lot. It helps me have a lot more peace of mind in the market. The more peace of mind you have, like the more you're gonna just like be one with the charts and all that stuff. Anybody can like find these zones. I depict it even for a dumbass to understand. You know, so, but that's the thing, we have to have discipline in the market. That's why we have the confirmation checklist. That's why we follow. If you have a trade here, and it just bounces off a trend line, you can't use that as your only confirmation. Obviously, we have this here too. That would have been two, and I'm sure if I pulled like a Fibonacci out or like I don't know, I'm not going to go into it right now, but yeah, like manage your time wisely as well. You know, Obviously, whatever you put in, you'll get out. You gotta have a schedule as well. Like you gotta be systematic with this stuff. Like for me, my schedule is like usually like I get up at 6, 7 ish. You know, take a cold shower, wake myself up for the market. If you have a job in the morning, it's totally okay. That's why there's literally 3 other sessions to trade. You just got to develop a schedule for yourself as well. Like it's not like this is a hangout and like if you're late 2 hours later, it means nothing, you know? But in trading, this means everything. You got to be systematic on a day-to-day basis if you want to get good at this stuff. Like you got to have a set schedule for yourself, plan this stuff out from Monday through Friday. And you have to particularly determine what you want out of the market, you know? You're going to have to set goals for yourself. I put that in the courses already. You have to set goals. You have to, just have a system on a day-to-day basis. It's more than, the confirmation checklist and the trading checklist that, what we're looking in the market. It's more than that. It's like, what time you're going to wake up, what time you're looking to be out of the market, if you're going to hold the trade over a day or not, targets. The checklist itself is just a basis for entering and exiting in the market, right? So now you're going to have to do your part. You're going to have to, develop a schedule. What time am I going to wake up? How much time do I want to put into analyzing it? You have to just break it down step by step. I promise you it's going to help you immensely. You literally have to break it down to its finest core details if you want to get good at this stuff. Time management is everything, It's also just, how much time do you want to put charting up? How much time do you actually want to trade in the market? Do you want to let this trade run for like a swing trade for like a couple of days, or do you want to be in and out within a couple hours? You're going to have to, do your own, and that's what demo trading's for, we have the luxury of using the demo account. Obviously, it takes a bit of psychology out of it because you're using fake money, and that's a completely different scenario. I completely understand that. However, you just gonna have to. The real reason why, like, me personally would use a demo account is just like you have to find what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable holding a trade for like a couple of days on the demo account, then you know what? Maybe after a couple, good amount of them of trades that just consistently run profitable, you can execute that with your real money. But before you like enter into the market, you got to develop a schedule for yourself and just have it on a day-to-day basis. It takes like I think 21 days to make it a habit. Let's start right now, right? Scheduling is everything, time management is everything, and repetition is everything. It's going to help with the discipline part of everything. We just, like I said, we have to break it down to its finest core. So like for me, I'm up at 6, 7-ish. I'm, on the charts by like, I do my like quick little 15, 20-minute analysis. I place a trade. I see how it goes. I set my targets. I'll hold the trade for like, a couple sessions or even a day, and I'll be out the very next day, depending on if my target's hit or not. So yeah, whether you want to follow that or not, it's going to be based off of like your particular style, what you personally want. And yeah, so like for me personally, the reason why I set a schedule is just because I particularly do better with preparation. Some people can just do things on the fly. I work when I'm prepared, fully prepared, and ready to attack into the market on a day-to-day basis. So, that's what the weekends are for. Mark up your charts on the weekend, set your zones right, and then, by the time the market opens, you have, some leeway to trade within. You don't have to you can just do a quick little analysis after you have everything set. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest and just, let you know how it really is, because you got to be prepared. You have to have proper time management. In the charts and the market, we have risk management. In real life, in reality, we need proper time management as well. It's so easy to be complacent. It's so easy to just, sleep in and not grind. And, it's so easy to just not put in the work, But, what separates the amateurs to the people that are consistently profiting on a day-to-day basis, they just put in the work. You got to put in the work. If you treat this like a hobby, you're going to make hobby money. If you treat this like, your life depended on it, I'm not telling you to go to the extremes or anything, but, if you really treat it like, this is something that can really set you free and, really put some time freedom into your life, treat it as it is. Because if the moment this bad boy, that light bulb goes above your head and it clicks, man, that's one of the most powerful things on earth. Take it from me, 21-year-old dude, this shit changed my life. It did a complete 180 just because, I've known about Forex for about 2.5 years now. I've only taken it seriously, deeply studied that half that time. And you put that in the perspective, like these people in college that are going to school for 14 years just to get a medical degree to become a doctor and not even have the time freedom, just to have a job. This is a skill set, The moment above this clicks with you, it's stuck with you for life. You can get fired from a job, but this stuff, it's a skill set. It will stick with you for life. And as long as money's around, this is going to be around, and money's not going anywhere for as long as you and I live. So, amazing, that's the
bro.
thing. When you put it with that perspective, it's just unbelievable, man. This stuff, and just stay disciplined, man, because if you can just stay disciplined, stick to the plan, I can't stress that enough. That's why all these people lose. People go into this market in the dark with no plan, just thinking, all right, I'm just going to buy at a high and sell at a low, or, vice versa, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, strategic, this is not gambling. Everything here is completely strategically analyzed. Obviously, when there's stuff like this in the market, with this flash crash, that's news events. There's nothing you can do about it. You can only worry about the things you can control. We can't control the economy unless we have $1 billion in our pockets, which we don't. We can't control this stuff, which is why, risk management comes into play as well. So yeah, to recap that whole little like mindset thing, you know, I went over like repetition. That's key. Just repeatedly knockouts and trades. You know, you have the complete luxury of literally going through the trial and error on a fake account with monopoly money, so you don't have to lose it on your regular account. Even to this day, I still place demo trades if I'm not 150% on one specific trade. Even with the confirmations, I'm going to take it on my demo account. I'm still using my demo account to this day, and I'm always going to do it. That's just the best practicing tool out there. You know, just take complete attention to detail on the small things, you know, just like your daily disciplines, you know, sticking to the plan. You know, I give people the answers literally with a complete checklist, and what do? They still take one or two confirmations and they get in the market, and they wonder why that trade's in drawdown. You know, I'm giving you the answers to the test, and you know you're not disciplined enough to actually follow the plan. I'm giving you the answers. You know, so yeah, just sticking with the plan, staying disciplined, it will take you farther than you could possibly imagine in this market. So yeah. With that being said, let's get into some quick analysis real quick for the remainder of this call. So yeah, you know, I'm probably going to do that for now, and I'll go like the first half of the call, I'll do mindset, and then the last half, I'll do analysis and everything else.
I like that.
Give me one sec. Refining the process as we go.
I feel motivated.
Half of the call will do mindset, and then any other extracurricular stuff. And then the last half will do actual trade analysis. Cool. I got something out of this call. Anyways, this was wild. I was actually going to buy on this bad boy. But, you know, as we can see here, even with the craziest, you know, Federal Open Market Committee stuff, lo and behold, you will realize that these fundamentals, they will always, 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 even when it looks out of sight, they will always respect the technicals. Check this bad boy out, you know? So it was this gigantic crash right here. This was the actual FOMC statement and the federal funds rate. So it actually ended up being, I guess we could learn something. So the actual forecast was the same as the actual like forecast was the same as the previous, like the projected forecast. So I guess now we can learn like if the actual is just as the same as the projected, bad boy flew up. The US dollar lost value. So whatever happened with the press conference, it completely devalued the dollar, and this bad boy just blew up. But as you can see here, it respected one zone here. It closed beneath this zone as well, this minor level right here. I should make this. And it closed below our trend lines as well. Most importantly, it rejected that overall retested. Oh yeah. So it's still, you know, retesting off of that broken trend line. So yeah, and it ended up falling because there's a lot of information here that completely rejects it too. Check it out. Yeah, we have a little zone right here. Yeah, for sure, man. Anyways, completely rejected off of this level, closed right beneath this trend line, and we fell. Right now, gold looks like it's coming down right now. But on the contrary, I think USD Canadian dollar is going to fall. We have a lot of, this is a big zone right here. You know, it's like sticking right below this area of support. Looks like it's turning resistance. You have a retest of this trend line. We have a lot of price. That's two confirmations, you know. I'm still going to look for maybe like a wick above here or something, like a price rejection before I actually enter this trade. But I like where it's going. Can it fly? Oh, it can do whatever it wants, you know. Of course it can fly. I'm just saying like I'm biased towards both sides, you know. So more likely than not, what's probably going to happen here is, you know, we probably are going to be looking towards this minor level. If it breaks, it's more likely going to come over here. So if this is the scenario if it breaks it above. Probably going to be looking for a break, up here. It's probably going to come above here. Maybe retest this area here. And we're probably going to be looking to the next level. Right on up here. Don't be surprised if this takes like 2 days to happen too. Or it could just completely reject and we're coming down here. So yeah, that's that's probably two circumstances that's going to happen in this particular pair. So yeah. I know this little push right here definitely faked out a lot of people. I mean, it looked like, because we had our zone here and it closed right below here. Even like, I was like, whoa, hold up. There's no way. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, there's no way that we have this thick area right here and it's not going to retest. This was before this entire push happened today. I'm like, all right, so what's going on here? Little did I know, look on the daily chart real quick. On the daily chart, that's what depicts the retest right here. And I'm over here messing around on the 1 hour and 4 hour when I got my other bad boy right here, the daily chart. And that right here shows the complete retest of this area. And lo and behold, guess what happened for news? It respected the technicals. And this bad boy immediately skyrocketed a grand 68 pips, just like that. That's the move I was going to be making. So I feel like it's going to come back down here, retest again, and more likely break. We'll see, though. So, yeah. Oops. There we go. So, yeah, I know this definitely hit a lot of people's stop losses because a lot of people's stop losses were probably, like, right below the zone if it closed below. And guess what it did? I know a lot of people whose stop losses were hit off this. But if you held the buy, oh, yeah. It definitely happened. I called this in my Philip, are you in my signal chat?
On the gram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am, but my problem is like I'm working, so sometimes I don't have.
All good, bro. But yeah, so even though it closed below here, even on the candles showed massive bearish sentiment right here. Like even these candles here showed like it was about to push down.
Yep.
But I would behold the news just sent it right back. So yeah, I guess that's one thing to consider. Like these retests are not going to be perfect. They are not going to be perfect. And check this out too. On the 200 EMA, look at that. It sat right above it too. Just like that was like, it's like, remember how I said like I use these particular larger EMAs that are actually act as dynamic support and resistance. And look what we had here. That would have been one confirmation, actually two, to get in this particular trade.
Yeah.
We don't really have a trend here. Do we? Not necessarily. Not perfect. So this would have been like one of my two confirmations besides the full retest of the daily chart. So yeah, it's definitely one thing to note that you're gonna have to understand these retests are not gonna be perfect, but the concept but on the daily chart, check that out. Like right on the dot that it retested and bounced. I know it's gonna happen. Like I said, it's inevitable. Like when you have this thick area right here of resistance on the daily chart and it hasn't been retested yet, the moment it comes back down, it's just like butter. It's like clockwork immediately. So yeah, going to the next purchase right now. What a mess this is, oh my goodness. Let's see, Euro JPY. Well, I will say that if it does break out of here, we're looking up. Oh, well. Well, here's our trend. We have a nice little thorough uptrend right now. Let's see what else we got here. Whoa, check this out. Coincidence? I think not. Look at that right here. Not perfect. No, not necessarily perfect. But hey, it's one thing to note. A retest of the daily on this 4-hour chart here. Yeah, it was broken, but look at that. In the same little area right here. It's weird. I don't usually recommend putting these types of lines because it's just like a mess, like in this area right here. But it's something to consider. Definitely. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Because we are still going to be looking for a break of this minor level right here, which is it has yet to do. So on the 1 hour, I would definitely say since this is a trending market right now, we're going to be looking for a break, right? But I'm not going
Yeah.
to until it like completely retests above here. So I'm going to be obviously I'm going to be looking for like a little bounce up here. We could be looking. It could come down here, possibly, because it rejected off of here. We'll see. It's a possibility that like comes down here, bounces, breaks, comes above here, retest this area, and obviously where we're going next, we play zone to zone. It's literally it. So yeah, and then we're going to be looking at this little hot spot right over here. Excuse the red, I'm just doing it for example purposes. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the possibility. Or lo and behold, because we have to be biased to both sides, we could be looking for a break, and then another push.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lot more biased towards the buy though. But obviously we don't have enough confirmations to get in on any trade right now for this pair. So yeah, current situation for your JPY, a break, retest at this little minor level, or it's going to reject completely, bounce off the trend line, and come up. Can it break below here? You know, obviously, and then we go looking downwards to the very next zone. But yeah, anywho, going forward, my favorite pair in the market, the most volatile POS, I know. So yeah, this right here was a little market pattern. This is called the pennant. I actually put this in right here. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because these bad boys right here are extremely important as well. Like I said, market patterns are one of my confirmations. So like I said, repetition, it's just going to take, adjusting your eyes to see these. But this right here is a pennant. So it's pretty much like a little downtrend right here with a little support. And we're looking for a break of that mini trend line right here. And check back to this particular pair, GBP AUD, did just that. Look at this. Little mini trend right here. Support, we're looking for the breakout. As soon as it breaks out, we actually have our second confirmation, which is a breakout of this zone right here. That's two confirmations and a breakout of this trend line right here. So yeah, I'll show you one more time.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So that is the predicament for this. Well, let's see what we got going on right now. Let me go on the daily real quick. And we have our zone right here. Look at that. On the 4 hour, it could fall. It could. There's a lot of momentum in buyers though right now. A lot of momentum.
Yes.
So where are we looking next? Obviously, this is a reason why it's my minor zone. Because I know that's a really common question I get often is like what separates like the major zones from the minor. Like obviously a zone like this is a lot more significant like up here than the zone in B here. Because even though it is broken, it's broken often, it's also respected just as much as well. Like in this area right here, respected right here, respected right here, even though it is broken very often. It's definitely something to be noted as well. So yeah. We could be looking downwards, to be honest. If it breaks above here, we're coming up here to this zone. And another, let's measure it out real quick. Oh yeah, another 114 pip push. If it breaks above here, we're looking upwards. Right now it's been rejecting for 8 hours. It rejected this area for 8 straight hours. So it could be looking downwards. If it does, we are probably going to be coming, well, we have to play both sides, so. Oh, my Mac is almost done. Oh no. Anyways, yeah. We are probably going to be looking downwards, probably down here. I want to say over to the same level right here. And then the hot spot in the market, this is where stuff's going to get nice. Is like if it comes in here. That's when it's very, very nice.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I feel like, because obviously we have like our zone here. We have our trend line touch. And then I guarantee on the same level is probably some Fibonacci retracement. I'll actually measure it out real quick. Let's see. Yep, from our high point up here to this wick, from this zone here all the way to the bottom here, at that same exact level is the 50% retracement.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so that's going to be really, really nice. If it comes
Yeah.
down, that's a very good trade. So what level is that? It is exactly 1.483-ish. So I would definitely make note of that. That's going to be really, really good. Actually, make note of that right now.
What platform is this? What do you use?
This one right here,
Yeah. Like
trading,
what was it?
tradingview.com.
Okay.
Yeah, 1.8043-ish. And I'll just put that's a main zone. Yeah, have you used this yet?
I have not. I'm on CoinX.
You will soon. Yeah, so 1.43. So yeah, 1.843. So yeah, GBP JPY. Let's check this one out. Right now it's making another surge upwards, just like GBP AUD. Right now it's like, it's not really, just like straddling. This is going to make a move within London session really big. To where? Let's check it out. Well, it did break above this little level right here, currently. So this little area of was partially broken. This could be the rate test right now, to be honest. I can see it. Right above here, this little candle here breached that. So this could be the retest right now as I speak. So this right here, don't be surprised. Oh, speaking of which, before I get into this pair, let me show you something.
That looks like it could be a flag pattern.
Wait, you're talking about on this one?
Yeah. I think it was the
Push.
daily.
We have our push down. We have the market breathing up a little bit. And then what happens after it breathes? It slams. Slams right back down. So where are we looking? Let's check it out. Obviously, we have our zone right here. We have our next one like around here in this little area. Like make this a little bit bigger real quick. So what it could do is make its push, because this is minor level, so it's probably going to break that. We could be looking right down here in this little area of support and resistance right here. So that could be our push. But we do have our little trend here as well. So that is one thing to note. So with that being said, how valid is it? Not extremely sure until it makes its move. But before this whole thing happened, we were actually on the live call this morning when this retest happened right here. This would have been a good little quick trade opportunity, to be honest, from zone to zone.
Oh yeah.
About 27 pips, not really that significant, but hey, it's 27 pips you didn't have before. Why? Because we had this little break in retest. And what happens in the trending market? The most recent area of structure broken is the most important area once it's retested. Because like every other currency pair, these bad boys tend to gravitate right back towards that same level that's broken. And lo and behold, as soon as it came down here and make that little bearish candle, that was the complete retest of this zone, and it slammed up about. You honestly could have like gotten here if you like really want to do like an intraday trade. It wasn't like a really long pip trade. It's not like the most, it's not the sexiest trade out there. But hey, it's good practice. This is like, if you really got it out here, not really, it's the wick, but you could have caught 30 pips off this from literally one zone to the next just by knowing this is the complete retest. So yeah. Anywho, though, continue on. obviously this was news that completely annihilated it. Well, hey, guess where it stopped? At that very next zone. As you can see here, from one zone to the next. You know, even the fundamentals, all these like massive economic and fundamental news events, they respect the zones every time. So yeah, that's just the one thing to consider. USD CAD. Honestly think it's gonna fall, to be honest. I like for it to break, I think it's a lot of significant price information to just break. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Euro AUD, I really like this pair too. Makes a lot of good moves. This is one of my favorite pairs starting out. This
Really?
great. Oh yeah, it's great. Before I traded GBP AUD, this was like one of my favorite pairs. So right now, we could be looking at the overall retest of this area right here. Like I said, these retests are not going to be perfect as we depicted with USD CAD, right? But look here, we have like a complete break right here. We have the retest. It's just been straddling. Let's look on the 4-hour to get a clearer view. Yeah, look at that. On the 4-hour, we got a much clearer view that this is already broken and now it's retested. We could be looking for another push. We'll see. Do we have another confirmation? Let me look on the daily real quick. Well, we do have this overall downtrend right here. We don't have any uptrend, no. But as you can see here as well, we do have this little area of like supportish area, and it's closed below on the daily candle. It closed right below that. So for it to make a upwards push, we'll see. Yeah. You know what it could do though? It could make a massive push down, and then we have a complete double top formation. It's like these M's here. We'll make a push, but it was broken. This area right here, this area of structure was broken.
Yeah.
Area of support here, that this was completely broken. So we could be looking for a rejection off this level, and we could, more likely than not, have a straddle push upwards to like probably up here. That's about, let's see, from this zone to the next. That is a 60 pips exactly from one zone to the next. So for Euro AUD, because this is a very nice pair too. What was the other one? Euro USD?
Euro Canada. USD Canada.
Yes, this is a situation for Euro JPY again. I think
Okay.
why, and it only makes sense for Euro AUD because it's rejecting this level too. So we could be looking for another push. If it comes below here, we're looking downwards. But if we see more rejection off here, we have to see more of our candlestick formations right here. Like right now, you know, this is showing you that, hey, within these 4-hour time frame, buyers came up, slammed, and then sellers slammed it right back down, which made this massive wick right here. But now we have a complete retest on the 4-hour chart of this zone right here. So we'll see how well it rejects. I think it may. Obviously, we have to be biased to both sides. But yeah. On the 1-hour, though, let me check back here. We do have the trend, though, and it's right there. Like this little trend, it's hidden at that same exact area. So,
ooh, yeah.
Situation right now. But yeah, I'll go over one more pair and then we'll wrap it up for the night. This is interesting too. Check this out. Literally from zone to zone. Literally, why did it reverse here? Guess what? Look to the left. There it is. Did I get in this trade? No, I didn't have any confirmations besides a rejection. But hey, just something to note. You know, even with a massive, let's check this out. So a lot of people would have saw this one right here, this candlestick, and it would be like, all right, not only is this candlestick completely bearish as it can possibly be, it also broke this little minor level of support. However, on the larger time frame, on like the daily chart, this is a much, much stronger level right here. So it
Yes.
for a reason that we could be looking upwards for AUD USD. So yeah, I think it's going to come below or above here. To be honest, we're probably going to be looking up right back to this level right here at like 0.706. So that's.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think it could possibly go to the top zone right here. This 71.25.
True. Could also break below like anything else. It can go both ways. Right now, it's already rejected. Honestly, it could this could be the retest. We could be looking for this area right here. Although it is a minor level, we could be looking for, as soon as it comes to this level, this is the area to really, really make note where a decision is going to be made. Because this is going to be the retest of this area's support, AUD USD was like in this box right here from literally 26th of April for like a whole 5 days. And it finally broke out. This is the retest right here. And, we'll see if it holds. If it holds, we're coming down. So the hot spot right here is, 0.7035. This is the exact level right between these whole levels right here. This is our half level right here. So we'll be looking for a rejection right here. If it closes above here, we're looking up. It's just how it is. If it comes above here, we're looking up. So yeah, that's the situation on AUD USD. So yeah, with that being said, I think that is all for tonight. I think I made myself pretty clear. Yeah, we knocked everything out. We got some good psychology work in.
Yeah, I like the psychology part, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be integrating that in the next coming calls. The next calls that I do. So yeah, I'll have
When you motivate people, like they'll get automatically into.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Well, yeah. I will see everybody else at 8 a.m. tomorrow and 11 p.m. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. Just make sure you check in Forex Factory for tomorrow's news. We do at 7 a.m. have a massive amount of Great British Pound news, so things are going to be flying for the GBP pairs.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah. Anyways, that will be all for tonight. But yeah, you all take care. Philip.
Sounds good, dude.